Good morning, world, from the beautiful island of Surigao here in the Philippines. It is a beautiful day to showcase this amazing island where we live. Surigao is a fairly remote location in Mindanao in the Philippines. We've been living here for about 3 years now. Absolutely love it. It does feel like paradise.
Just look at this.
It is stunning.
Look at that, the trees sticking out. That is tropical.
That is the picture of paradise.
Yeah.
If this is the first video of ours you've ever seen, welcome. We are a British family that came to Surigao Island as tourists 3 years ago, and then we just decided to base our entire life here because it is a very, very lovely place to live. Mindanao is an island in the Philippines that has a bad reputation for being dangerous, and yet we found this little slice of paradise that has been our home and our safety bubble for a long time now. We've been raising our family happily here, building our family too. We now have a beautiful little street dog that became our beloved pet. Right now, we cannot think of a better place in the world to base these years of our life. It is so lovely today. Look at the weather. Look at that scenery. I just can't get over it.
These are the days when the weather is like this and the sea looks like this and the colours are just right. It's just one of those days that make you think we're in the right place.
Oh, yeah.
And it's why we're here.
It is outstanding.
Yes.
So we are currently sitting outside one of our favourite beach resorts called SIARGAO, and it is fairly new. It's only been around for 1.5 years, and it just looks like you could be in a postcard, especially when the tide is like this, so you can see the colour of the water. We've come here many times for our morning coffee.
We have, which is exactly what we've done today. We dropped our daughter Story. She is at her school this morning, so we've dropped her off. It's still really early in the morning, but we came straight here after school drop off to get our morning flat white with almond milk. It was delicious.
Let's give you a point of view from where we're sitting right now so you can feel what we're feeling.
Feet in the sand.
Feet in the sand. Hear that sea. It's so relaxing. Very common here in the Philippines. They're called bunkers. They have a bit of an iconic shape with these two logs like bamboos on either side of them. It makes for a very photogenic island. So today we thought we would just go for a little wander around one of the main towns and show you where we get our coffee, where we get our moments when we're alone, when we're not with our daughter who's at school. Starting at this beach, and then we will head off into the main street and show you the tourism road. Although right now I'm not ready to leave this scenery. I feel like we should stay here for a bit longer.
I do too. There's a lovely breeze. We've got a shady spot right now, so the shady patches do move quite quickly. One thing to note, when you sit down in Surigao outside, be sure to look up first, because you don't want to sit directly under coconuts.
Yes, good point. I didn't even notice.
We actually are, but these are quite young ones, so they're going to be quite tight to the tree right now. We're okay. But it is quite common for a coconut to just fall down in front of you, so you do have to kind of be wary of what's above you.
It's a concern, definitely. That used to be something that was on our mind constantly when we first moved to the island, because Surigao was abundant with coconut trees and there were so many falling down all the time.
Yes.
There were even signs up in the restaurant saying watch out for falling coconuts. But then we had a massive storm which knocked down 70% of the trees on this island, and since then the worry kind of went away because all the coconuts blew away for about a year.
But they are coming back.
They're coming
now.
back, so we're having to start renewing that worry.
One thing that isn't here is a lot of wildlife. So in quite a lot of other tropical islands or other Asian countries, you'll find monkeys or...
Very few tropical birds. There's a couple of colourful kingfishers and koels.
Yes. You get monitor lizards.
I think in reality though, living long term, it's better to not have that much wildlife. It's nice for the tourists, but if we had huge coconut crabs, monkeys stealing stuff all the time, you as a long-term resident, you would start to get fed up of it a bit.
You get a lot of lizards.
It is noticeable though, I agree with that.
Yeah, but there's not anything scary, you know, there's no big scary spiders or anything like that.
Even snakes, I've never seen a huge snake here to this day. We are regretting not bringing our swimmers with us. today would be the perfect weather to jump in that sea.
Oh yes, I know. So we didn't actually check the tide before we left, which is something that we do. Again, if you're living on a tropical island, you should check the tide and work out when it's going to be high tide like it is now, when the tide's going to be right in, because obviously if the tide was right up where we're sitting, which it does come up this far, you then can't walk along the beach. But then when the tide is too far out, it's not great for swimming.
Yeah.
So you need to kind of be in the know of when you can go swimming and not, if you want to go in the sea. Lots of places here have swimming pools, so there's always that option.
Also, SIARGAO is very famous for its surfing culture because we are right next to the Philippines Deep, which is one of the biggest sea trenches in the world.
Do you know what?
Surfing is amazing here.
What I found out about the Philippine Deep, just yesterday actually, I read an article about SIARGAO, and it said the Philippine Deep is the third main kind of trench underwater, and it is so deep that Mount Everest can actually fit inside it. So that is pretty cool.
And that is where our waves come from.
Yeah, SIARGAO is the closest island to Philippine Deep.
So depending on where you are on the island, you will definitely get completely differing coastlines. The sand here is very soft and fine, and they've got a nice long reef which is perfect for swimming. But if you look out into the distance over there, you can see the crests of some waves. It also affects whether you're going to be surrounded by mangroves or whether you're going to have lots of places to swim, or rock pools, or just flat out surfing zones. The coastline near to General Luna is where a lot of the main resorts are and restaurants, and this is what you see when you come down to the coast. Hello sweetie, you're cute. You'd love our doggy. This boat is absolutely packed with tourists. When we first arrived in SIARGAO, it was before the COVID pandemic. So basically nobody here was there for several years.
It was lovely.
Yeah, it was lovely. So we're having to get used to this.
Yeah, so
scene.
I reckon all these guys and gals have just been out at the surf breaks surfing, and they're just getting picked up now.
Yeah, it must be.
Surf. So SIARGAO is actually the surfing capital of the Philippines. That is what makes this island very famous, because of the great surf that you get here. But Joe and I don't surf.
Nope.
And we also know other people that have lived here for longer than us that don't surf as well. So just because it's the surfing capital doesn't mean to say you have to be a surfer to come here or to experience the island. There's so much more things that you can do. It's not just about surfing.
This dog knows it. Look at that. He's appreciating the coast. These three dogs are so sweet. They've just been dipping in and out of the water under the tree here. They know the good life. We're off for a wander. Water is actually cooler than usual, isn't it? Normally it's like bath water sometimes when you step in it. Just taking a walk down the beach. Morning. Cute boat. Okay, we've gone as far as we can go without taking a dip in the sea. I'm just standing outside Romantic Beach Resort, which is where our daughter Story learned how to swim when she was 4 years old. Sounds like they're doing a bit of construction here.
They are repairing a jet ski.
Ah, jet ski repair. You don't see many jet skis around here, do you? Yeah, you're right. That is new to the island, I think. We're taking a shortcut down to the main road from here. I feel like today is Appreciate Where You Live Day. You know, we've been here for several years and have never ever discovered this path. Here's the swimming dogs. Aha, I know where I am now. One of the best things about SIARGAO Island is the types of people that settle here, all walks of life. You got Filipinos from all over the country, people from all over the world. We are just about to walk up onto the main tourism street of SIARGAO Island. It's not even that busy today. I was expecting a wad of life when we came to the front, but
It's still quite early.
yeah, still quite quiet though. Maybe everyone out surfing today.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go and pick up our car. I wanted to show you, like, this being the most probably compressed tourist area, you can see that it's still very early in its infancy and development here, and there's certainly still plenty to go. You still have a lot of these local and very native sari-sari stores where they sell little sacks of coffee and cigarettes. You got tattoo studios and burger restaurants and Filipino food all in the same place. And then if you know where to look, you have amazing beach resorts where we first started today's vlog. So it's a mixture of everything, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's pretty cool.
A little bit further down the road, there's a bit more life going on. There's Nudes, one of our favourite noodle bars. They do vegan options there. They've got a surf shop, Fat Lips. And this place reopened recently with Italian cuisine. And then one of our favourite nightlife spots, SIARGAO Explorers Bar. Great cocktails here, music and dancing on some nights. There's not much pavement space. You kind of have to wander out into the middle of the road, make sure no one's coming, and then you can pass safely. And then another one of our favourite places down here, Kanin Baboy. They actually have some good vegan options, even though it's a meat-heavy place in there. Not open yet until after lunch. And then the classic Beach Baby Cafe. If you've been following our vlogs for a long time, you'll know this is one of our daughter's favourites.
They do vegan muffins.
Yes, vegan muffins and cookies as well. It's really cool in there, very photogenic as well. It looks like island life, doesn't it? The coconut trees, the shirtless people on motorbikes. And then you got that Philippine style as well. Look at all that wood. So if we continue further down that way, there's like many more amazing bars and restaurants and stuff. One of our favourite coffee shops down there.
Yeah.
That's something that's really, really good about this island. They have amazing coffee. It's not something you would expect from like a remote Philippines location in Mindanao of all places, but you can get great coffee, sometimes better than what we used to get in Europe. And the boutique restaurants and cafes, that's what we really love as well. Small businesses, they come and go, but they're very boutique and they're very unique. It's not all big chains here. This is a cool island vehicle. Super hot, I bet, though. Don't see many beetle bugs like this around. Another one of our boutique favourites, Zicatella and Loose Keys Cafe. We're going to grab some food in here quickly. I felt like a nice pit stop. We got 2 of the vegan burritos and they were really delicious. Feeling nice and full up now.
Nice.
Yep.
That was our brunch.
And now we're picking up our little girl story from school. Hey Story, did you have a fun day at school?
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
Oh.
What happened?
I get too hot every time I go there.
Super hot day, right? It's so hot the air conditioning wasn't working today.
It's the air cons
Air cons are dead. This is Story's island school location. This is our car park right outside the beautiful sea. It looks like where we were this morning. Just taking a moment to appreciate how special this is. Right, just picked up a sandwich for Story at Delhi Street, which is somewhere we've been going to for quite a few years.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy your sandwich, Story?
Yeah. Joey's favourite sandwiches?
Olives.
My favourite kind of olive is the red olive. What are they called again?
Kalamata.
Kalamata. Ready for the surprise?
I am ready for the surprise.
This is the surprise.
Hello, Nose.
Hello.
Hello, sweet puppy. Hello, sweetie. Oh, good to see you again. Nice and cool in here. Have you had the air conditioning on? Yeah. Oi, is that Mummy's shoe? Give me that back. Give me that back, you beast. This is not for you to bite. No, puppy. Looks like we've got beautiful medium tide out the window today. Time for Poppy's late afternoon walk. She is enjoying the sunshine right now. We mentioned this morning how the coastlines vary dramatically. This is the east coast of the island where we live. You can see how much more rocky it is, and the reef definitely isn't as deep as in the General Luna area, which is further to the south. Nobody surfs around here, but this particular area is famous for the famous tide pools, the natural rock formations where you can swim. And it is one of the best looking tourist attractions in the Philippines. It's called Magpapunku, one of the reasons why we came to this island in the first place. Nobody surfs on this particular beach here because of the rocks, but it has certainly been a privilege to live so close to the ocean for the last 3 years. The sand is very different here as well. A lot more shelly and rocky and bits of old coral. You're back, Poppy, you're back.
Yeah, do explore.
You enjoying your run? Look at her sandy nose. Look.
Oh.
Look at your sandy nose. You sweet puppy. We are going to end today's video. I hope you enjoyed our little insight into the island where we live. It's a very special place. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.